Adrenaline surged through her veins, instantly sharpening her senses. The cyborg stomped towards her, its augmented limbs whining with mechanical strain. Each step vibrated through the concrete floor, a physical manifestation of the approaching danger. Thinking fast, Kai rolled under the cyborg's massive leg, narrowly avoiding the crushing blow of its cybernetically enhanced foot. A spray of sparks erupted where her head had been a moment ago. Without wasting a single breath, she rose, her Walther PPK spitting a volley of silenced bullets. The rounds pinged harmlessly off the cyborg's armored chest plate, barely leaving a scratch. The cyborg roared, a sound that sent shivers down her spine. It lunged at her, its massive metal fist aimed at her head. She barely dodged in time, the force of the wind created by its movement whipping through her hair. Years of honing her body in back alley brawls and parkour training kicked in. Using her agility as her weapon, she weaved through the constricted space of the vault, the cyborg's furious blows leaving indentations in the steel walls. Each clang resonated with a dull thud, adding to the symphony of chaos that echoed within the vault. Kai desperately searched for a way out. This brute force approach wasn't working. The cybernetic enhancements granted the Yakuza monster immense strength and near invulnerability. Her bullets just angered it. She needed a different tactic. Her augmented vision scanned the room, searching for any exploitable weakness. A flicker of movement caught her eye. A small ventilation shaft, barely big enough for a child to crawl through, nestled high up on the far wall. It wasn't ideal, but it was a possibility. Distracting the cyborg was paramount. With a mischievous grin, she reached into a pouch on her belt and pulled out a small EMP grenade. It was a gamble, a desperate attempt to even the playing field. Aiming at the room's central control panel, she flung the grenade. The grenade exploded with a blinding flash of light, followed by a crackle of disruptive energy. The blue lights flickered and died, plunging the vault into near darkness, except for the emergency strobes that pulsed red like a dying heart. Most importantly, the cyborg twitched, its movements momentarily erratic as the EMP disrupted its internal systems. Kai seized the opportunity. With a burst of superhuman speed, courtesy of her own cybernetic enhancements, she launched herself towards the wall. Her augmented legs propelled her upwards, leaping from a console to a shelf with a practiced ease. Finally, she reached the ventilation shaft, its metal grate a mere inconvenience. With a swift twist of her wrist, she activated the hidden blade on her cybernetic arm. The blade, razor-sharp and glowing with a blue heat signature, sliced through the grate with ease. Shoving the dangling metal aside, she squeezed through the narrow opening, her body contorting like a snake. The ventilation shaft was cramped and suffocating. She could barely move her limbs, but she pushed forward, fueled by the knowledge that the cyborg would awaken any moment. The air was thick with dust and the metallic tang of old blood, a testament to the violence that had likely transpired within these walls before. After what felt like an eternity, she emerged from the shaft on the other side of the building, tumbling into a deserted alleyway. Rain lashed down on her, a cold caress against the heated panic that pulsed through her veins. She scrambled to her feet, adrenaline masking the ache in her muscles. Reaching for her datapad, she checked the map. An abandoned subway station a few blocks away offered a potential escape route. She sprinted towards it, the rhythmic pounding of her boots the only sound in the deserted alley. Behind her, a guttural roar shattered the silence. The cyborg had recovered, its red eyes glowing with renewed anger as it stormed out of the vault. It lumbered through the streets, its heavy footsteps echoing off the buildings like thunder.